So speaking about pants.
Pants, yes. Students, they wear pants. Damn, we're good.
Yeah, to go from one highbrow video to another highbrow video in a very unhighbrow fashion. Do you want to talk about it?
Yes, well, why don't you? You brought the video to me and said, oh, Grum, this video is absolutely marvellous. I'm wetting myself with absolute excitement.
Yeah. I don't know if I said the wetting myself. But
well, actually, I was, because I wasn't wearing pants, and when you don't wear pants, you generally... Woo! Anyway.
Fair enough. Let's move on quickly to the students.
Yes.
No, great. Another great video. Really, again, as I say, it's highbrow. And the thing that I liked about it, again, was that, and we'll show a bit of the video where it sort of explains, how many hours people are doing what and stuff like this. But it was essentially put together by a bunch of students to prove a point. And there's a quote at the beginning, which I can't remember, but we'll show that too, that I thought was absolutely brilliant, because it was essentially saying that what we're doing is we're putting students into an environment that was, created 100 or 200 or 300 years ago, right? And it was a quote by somebody in like 1960. And I found that kind of fascinating from the point of view that, think about how far we've come in like 40 years, and we haven't really changed the model of education from a point of view of what environment we put them in, and pretty well the tools that they use, because they're still using whiteboards and stuff. And they were showing a Google Doc, which I think was kind of ironic, because then you sent me one like 5 minutes later, but there was only 2 of us editing it, and they had 200 people editing the Google Doc all at the same time. All of these students that were collaborating on it. And I just thought that and it's another one of those videos, isn't it? It was made by the same people?
Yes, like the Web 2.0 video that was released only very recently, so I'm not actually quite sure which video came out the first, but the Web 2.0 video, that in itself I found quite amazing, especially with the fact that when they were creating that video, they released it in stages on YouTube, and they kept on editing it, and I believe they're up to their final cut at the moment. But if you do have any time, just go out there on Scouta and check it out. These 2 videos, plus any videos that these guys have made, I believe they've made a couple more.
Yeah, I think I know of another one at least. But yeah, they are, and they're very clever about the way they're doing it and releasing it online, and it's usually becoming viral. So it seems, at least with the 3 that I've seen, a lot. I've seen it because people have mentioned it to me. So yeah, really cool.
Yeah, it's a lot more interesting than watching a dog ride on a skateboard.
Yeah, or cats doing whatever.
Cats are funny. Have you seen that old video with the cat jumping into the fan?
No.
No? Look at the look of absolute shock from our little producer there. I believe it was a mock-up, but then again, that's just the internet. Find that one. Yes.
And put it on.
We shall.
So a cat actually jumped into a fan?
Yes, and the cat went, woo! And
was there blood?
No blood, no blood.
Oh, was that the one on the ceiling?
Yes.
That was the Nokia one.
That's right, yes. It was a fake Nokia ad.
Yeah, it was a Nokia ad.
Yes, to promote one of their
about a year ago
phones,
or something like
that.
Yes, the N series or something like that, probably. Yeah.
Actually, the N series, now I have to say that is quite an interesting little bit of technology, but something a bit more interesting is the iPhone.
Yes. Funny you should mention that.
Strange that, isn't it?
It is.
It's like we've got some strange script.
Yes, because have you seen the recent advert?
I love that ad. I'll tell you what, this ad was actually created by, I believe it was a uni student, just smucking around out there, and Apple had picked up that ad for the new iPod Touch. Lovely little technology, that iPod Touch. You've got one of those.
Funny you should say that, because I've got one here that I prepared earlier. Yeah, no, I actually love it. I actually cracked it the other day with jailbreakme.com or something, I think it is.
That's a brilliant website.
I've got a whole bunch of, which you can't see because it's too far away. But you've only got it small on your computer screen. What are you doing? Make it full screen.
Anyway.
Or you're watching it on your iPod Touch. No, so I broke it, and so it's got a whole bunch of other things that I never use. But I actually love it because I watch a lot more YouTube video, believe it or not, which is I never used to watch a whole heap, but I do also watch TV shows. So I'll re-encode them. So I've got an iTV that I plug into my Mac, and then I'll record TV shows and also BitTorrent. And then I put the shows on here, and I go lay in bed and I watch a TV show on here, or watch it on the bus or something like that. So best bit of technology I've ever used. Best gadget I've ever had, and I've bought a lot of gadgets, right? And I really do believe it is the way computing is moving.
I mean, it is so simple, this technology, and it's just like Apple's ads. I mean, that ad that this guy created was just a simple flick, swish, whatever you're seeing on the screen at the moment. And I'll tell you what, that song that they've got, there's another song that I just went out and bought. $1.69 on iTunes.
So who's the song by? Because I said, oh no, you said
CSS, I think it is. Yes, I've never heard of the band before, but it's catchy.
Yeah, I liked it. I've got to have a proper listen and see whether or not I buy it. But no, yeah, cool ad.
I love it.
How are we going?
I think we've got one more. Scott Adams.
Yeah, the last one, Scott Adams. So, Scott Adams, the guy that does the Dilbert comics. So for those of you that don't know Dilbert, he is a comic book character that is a geek. And I don't know I don't think they've ever really explained what company he works for, but it's a technology company, right? And I think Scott Adams just takes, personal, life experiences and puts it in there, or people have mentioned stuff to him and he puts it in there, into the comic, and it's just a really hilarious comic. Anyway, he's just released a book, which apparently is a whole bunch of blog posts that he's done over the last year or two. What a cheap way of doing a book. Anyway, hat off to him.
You try writing blog posts on a daily basis.
I've written 2 books. That's even harder. Anyway, he went and did a book launch in Second Life. Now, I'm assuming most people know what Second Life is, but it's a virtual world that you can go in and you can create objects. And Scott Adams has gone into this world to do a book launch, and there was something like 60-odd people. I think there was about 60-odd people, which is quite a lot for a Second Life environment, because I think you can only usually fit a certain amount around.
That's right, depending on how many, furries there are.
Yeah, that's right. Or Dilbert characters. And he also did a scan, apparently, of his face. So he actually got a proper 3D scan done so that he could have his avatar in Second Life look photorealistic. It doesn't look photorealistic at all because it's in Second Life. But anyway, apparently, because some of the topics that he has on his blogs are kind of a bit, they're political or religious, and some people don't quite like it, somebody sent him a email at one point that said that they wanted to kick him in the balls. Or the nuts. Balls or nuts. Balls, I think, is more English. Nuts is probably American.
I like to juggle the 2 words.
I was waiting for you to say you're going to juggle them.
Well, sometimes I like tossing out the nuts, and then sometimes it's balls.
Right, yes. Okay. So, anyway, apparently they sent him this email saying that, and he said, yeah, okay, well, that's what we're going to do in Second Life. So at the end of his, book launch in Second Life, he said, right, everybody can line up now and kick me in the nuts. And you could kick him in the nuts, or they could slap him in the face, and they did all of this stuff to him. But it's hilarious to watch. Well, lowbrow hilarious, not highbrow, like we've, covered some of the topics here today. But anyway, that about wraps up all of our videos.
Yes, I think we're done. We're done? We're done. Have we run over? Do we even have any tape left?
No.
No, okay.
We've run out of tape.
Well, that's it for Scouta TV. For more information, you can check out our blog at scoutatv.
You can.
Check out the show notes. And if you're on Facebook, why don't you join our group? Should be able to find it.
Once we've set it up?
Yes, once we set it up. I'm sure the link's going to be at the lower third bit there.
We'll set it up.
And if you have got any interesting videos that you would like to be featured on the show, jump on the scouta.com, add it to your favourites.
Yeah, add it to the favourites. Get all of your friends to rate it or watch it or what have you, and we'll make sure that it hits the top of the list of this week's or this fortnight's videos, and we'll try and include any of the really good ones that we see.
I think we're done. All right, well, that's episode 0. My name is Grum.
And I'm Richard.
See you later.